What's going on, people? Welcome back. You already know the vibes. Arsenal are back. The champions are back. The Premier League is back. We are 15 minutes away from kickoff. Do you know what I'm saying? OnlyFacts Sports, you know the vibes. Arsenal at home to Coventry City. And I'm saying you can see the team scrolling across the bottom of the screen. David Raya in goal, White, Mosquera, Gabriel, Calafiori, Lewis Skelly, Erdegaard, and Rice in the midfield. Havertz up top, Solis and Saka. Few surprises in there. Few surprises, a few things I'm a little bit, I don't want to say concerned about, but the squad, what this 11 tells me is that the squad isn't finished being built. Do you know what I'm saying? The squad actually isn't finished being built, which for me is exciting. If you remember back before Arsenal got Gyökeres, AT, you were here as well. If you remember back before Arsenal got Gyökeres, I said my first choice of striker would be Julian Alvarez. Now, obviously, Julian Alvarez, let's be real, he don't want to come to Arsenal, innit? He wants to go to Barcelona. He's made that clear. He wants to stay in Spain. I hear that. But Atletico Madrid see Barcelona as the main rival. They don't want to send him to Barcelona. So they're like, listen, we'll sell you, but only to Arsenal. Now, if we are to get Julian Alvarez, do you know what I'm saying? I think Julian Alvarez as someone that can come in, if we can get rid of um if we get rid of Jesus and free up the wages and bring in Alvarez, I don't know what happens with Martinelli because I'd like to keep him. But if Jesus goes and our attack is Julian Alvarez, Solis, Saka, obviously Madueke is not great, Ethan, Dowman, and Havertz, Gyökeres, but with Julian Alvarez in there, that can come off the left, they can play up top. I think when Saka's fully fit, a Julian Alvarez 9 with Solis and Saka either side is problems. Is problem. I feel so much more confident about winning the league if we get Julian Alvarez. Because I think Julian Alvarez is peak. He's peak. He can score. He's an absolute dog. He can play out wide. He can drop in and defend and play ugly. You know, all the stuff that you and me and the rest of us don't really like about Argentina. That's the kind of thing that man like Arteta would love him, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Nick went from digging into chairs and jumping up and down to say cut Jesus. Nah, bro, I don't even want Jesus to cut. But if we're not getting Julian Alvarez, then I'd keep it because he can still play. But if it's like if the club, I like Jesus a lot. I think Jesus can go to another Prem team and be really successful. I think you lot could do it with Jesus. Do you know what I'm saying? But he can't contribute enough. And what I'm seeing with Arteta is he's being ruthless. If you look at Arsenal fans and we look at Norgard last year, for example, yeah, I was never on my knees reciting Bible verses. But if you look at Norgard last year, he didn't play many games. He only had like 9, 12 appearances. Most Arsenal fans were very happy with Christian Norgard last year. Came in, professional, done the job, and all that kind of stuff. When Arteta gets rid of him, he gets rid of him to bring in Bruno G. And Arteta, apparently, what I'm hearing from the Athletic is that Arteta felt that he Christian Norgard weren't the level. So even though we won the league, Arteta being the kind of person he is like, yeah, cool, we won the league, thanks, but Jesus, you're not the level. We need Julian Alvarez. Norgard, you're not the level. We need Bruno G. Martinelli, we won the league, thank you, but you're not actually the level. We need Solis. Do you know what I'm saying? Trossard, we won the league, thank you, but you're not the level. So, do you know what I'm saying? He just levels and levels and levels. Like he just wants to keep building. Do you know what I'm saying? So if we can get Julian Alvarez, I think that'll be peak. But today, obviously, we're against Coventry. Should be a fairly straightforward game, but obviously it's Frank Lampard against Arsenal, isn't it? Do you know what I'm saying? He's going to want his team to run. He's going to want his team to be very, very competitive and combative. You know, it's going to be. I think Lewis Skelly's going to be key to this game. Cheers to the league titles. Like the video as well, man. And like the video. First Arsenal stream of the season. You know the vibes. Cheers to league titles for Arsenal and Real Madrid, and any Champions League for Real Madrid, and the Champions League for Real Madrid. Hopefully we get that. We might see you man in the final. Well, he was on your knees when he scored that goal. I remember. No, I was happy. I was happy for him because he spent a lot of time out injured, and ultimately, if he's going to stay at the club, I want him to be fit enough to contribute. I don't want him to be at the club on 300 grand or 275 grand a week, just not contributing. And Arteta, being the kind of lunatic that he will just not use him. If he thinks he's not the level, he just won't use him. And I'm just like, bro, that's my biggest gripe when it comes to Arteta. Is like, just use the squad, use who you've got, but he just won't do it. So I was celebrating for him because obviously he plays for Arsenal. Anytime Arsenal score, I'm going to celebrate. Do you know what I'm saying? 300k, no, but I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure he's on something around that. He's on a lot of money, bro. He's on 265. He's on 265 grand a week, and he don't play double figures of games every season. Do you know what I'm saying? So for us, it's just dead. And when you do play, obviously he scores goals, but you know what I mean? Like I say, we can't rely on him. There's levels. When we first got him, it's like cool, there's not too many men around that are levels above you. But now we're looking at it, we're like, actually, as your performances have dropped off, there's quite a few. Do you know what I'm saying? There's quite a few options to up the level. If I just look at his appearances, how many appearances did he make last season? 27 appearances, 14 in the Prem, 6 in the Champions League. Not terrible. 27, not great, but not terrible. He's not a starter, I guess. The season before that, 27 again, and the season before that, 36. So that's the last time that he was kind of more of a mainstay in the team. So if we can get him out and get someone better in, we're talking about Jesus and talking about getting Jesus out to fund a transfer for Julian Alvarez. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, Arteta could be a future Real Madrid manager. I don't really see that. Nick Alvarez, Gyökeres, Marino in, Havertz, Jesus out. Would you take this? What do you mean? What do you mean in? Because obviously Gyökeres and Marino are already in. Havertz, I like Havertz. I wouldn't actually get rid of him. I think he's a really important player. He's not the best player, but I think he's an important player. And the manager's always going to play him. The manager loves Havertz. One of the key things for Mikel Arteta is winning duels and winning battles. And I think when he got in Gyökeres, he thought Gyökeres was going to win more duels and physical battles than he actually does. And I think having someone in who's a big, strong target man and not winning duels, like you look at a midfield of like Marino, Rice, and Gyökeres, which Marino, Rice, and Bruno G, which will probably very rarely happen. But if something like that were to happen, that midfield don't lose many duels. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't lose many duels. So Nick, who got winning between Tio and Rowley? We're gonna be live tomorrow night for that one. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to be here for that one. And I'll be honest, I'm not giving you an answer because I'm still mulling it over in my head. Do you know what I'm saying? Um, Arteta said I'm upset when I lose a duel. 100%. Because Arteta himself didn't lose a lot of duels as a player, and he weren't big and strong. Arteta, if you lose a duel, I played football for years, as you lot know, played for different managers, and some man take things personally. And you see Arteta, if you lose a duel, his brain can only put that down to you didn't work hard enough to win that duel. You didn't do enough because he Arteta used to win duels and he's not big. He's winning duels against man that's bigger than him and stronger than him. So in Arteta's mind, if you are putting out a 50-50, this stuff like that is why Zubamendi won't be a starter for Arsenal because or yeah, won't be a regular starter because at the end of the day, yeah, Arteta played for Everton and Rangers, exactly two very combative teams, and then came to Arsenal, a very weak, poor Arsenal side, and captained us to our first FA Cup win in 9 years. We hadn't won a trophy in 9 years, and he was the captain that broke it. Do you know what I'm saying? So Arteta's an emotional brother, in other words, 100%. But so I've had this conversation before. Certain players that really works for, and I think Arsenal players that does really work for. I'm one of them guys. I said before, I think Arsenal's got probably the most emotional fan base in the league. It's between Arsenal and Liverpool for the most emotional fan base. I'm not talking about Twitter, AFTV, Wenger out. I'm talking about like who who in the league thinks there's a conspiracy against them? The whole world's against them. Arsenal and Liverpool. Liverpool, away from football, the people of the city of Liverpool think that the government's against them. Everyone's against them. Do you know what I mean? The whole world's against us. It's us against the world. Here comes Ezri Konsa walking out to wave to the fans. Another good signing, another good defensive signing as well. London boy, bringing him back home. But yeah, I think different management styles work for different players. You see someone like Jesse Lingard, Paul Pogba. they're not going to work for Mourinho because they're very, very. Um, you see Jesse Lingard, yeah. I've played with a man like Jesse. I'm thinking of someone in my head who plays like Jesse Lingard, and the guy was a baller when things were going well. When things were going well, and it's all light and airy fairy. When we're winning 3-0, if you bring this brother on when we're winning 3-0, it's going to end 6-0 because this guy's going to be cold. He's going to be cold. He's going to light the pitch up. But if you bring him up, but he needs to be free. He needs to feel loved. He needs to feel free. But if you brought this guy on when we were losing 2-1 and said, listen, I need you to do a job. Yeah. I need you to do this. Da-da-da. He can't play like that. He can't play. He feels caged. He can't play like that. Whereas I think someone like Saka, someone like Rice, these types, it's not a big character thing. It's not a question of whether they're a big character or not. Because I think Saka and Rice are big characters. They're not loud, but I think they're big characters. But it's the way they want to be communicated with. Do you know what I mean? Some man, if you've ever done a sales job and your manager wakes up in the morning and does like motivational speeches, some man roll their eyes like, oh, bruv, whatever. Some man really buy into it. Yeah, I'm gonna own a boat one day. Oh, I want to visualize manifestation. And I think a lot of the Arsenal guys are those types of characters. And Arteta is definitely one of them characters. He's definitely very, very emotional and he likes players that he can engage with emotionally. I don't. People see he can't handle big characters. I don't think that's true. I just think that he likes players he can engage on an emotional level. If you've got a player like Aubameyang, you can't engage Aubameyang on an emotional level. He's not going to engage in that with you. Pogba's not going to engage in that with you. Dele Alli is not going to engage in that with you. Do you know what I'm saying? Dele Alli come out talking about his family and what happened to him as a child. He never told any of his football managers that. He never told them that. Do you know what I'm saying? But he'll tell a documentary, but he wouldn't tell his football manager. Whereas if his manager, if it was like someone on Arsene Wenger, they would tell them because the kind of character that he is. And that's why I think Arsene Wenger and Arteta are were such good fits for the club. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm surprised to see Saka starting here and not Madueke. I'll be honest. Saka, we know, is not fully fit. And I'm not sure. I don't know if it's a question of Saka's probably going to be better to break down a low block if they're expecting Coventry to sit in. That may be the school of thought. And that probably is the school of thought, to be fair. But I just don't know. You know, we heard Saka and Rice injured throughout the World Cup. I thought it would be good to have them have a little bit of a rest. Do you know what I'm saying? Nick, speak on Saka's trip. How can you go from high top to braids? Mind games, bro. We've already got that relaxer blood. That's doable. That's doable. Like I could braid this. Do you know what I'm saying? This could be braided. Do you know what I'm saying? It's different to confidence players. Confidence players is something slightly different, and obviously the game's going to start, so I won't go into it. But confidence players is similar, but it's a little bit different. Liverpool fans, Nick, really, bro. Liverpool fans are mad emotional, bro. Liverpool fans are mad emotional, bro. Man from Liverpool just emotional in life, just in general, even away from football. Away from football. I was at a football tournament one time, and this Scouse lad walked up to me. This is after David Hay beat Tony Bellew. I'm not a fan of David Hay. I'm a big fan of Tony Bellew, and I wanted Bellew to win. And this guy that I do not know, he don't even know that I like boxing. He walked up to me, my mum's life, he just walked up to me randomly and goes, yeah, what you saying about your boy David Hay, lad? Yeah, he got knocked out by the Scouser. I was like, bro, I don't even like David Hay. What are you talking about? Scousers are just on the spectrum, bro. Them man, obviously, the girl I'm dating is from Liverpool, but them lot, they're just weird up there, bro. They're just weird. They've got a proper everyone's against us type of mentality. Do you know what I'm saying? So thoughts on Belay, I think it's a good signing. I do think that's a very good signing. It's not even a very good signing. It's a signing that you needed. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a signing that you needed. Do you know what I'm saying? He was injured a lot last year, and you are relying a lot on him to be the legs in your midfield. You got Bruno, who's good, but not really a ball carrier. You signed Tielemans, technical, good distribution, not really a ball carrier. Hey, Ferdinand, yo, why, bro? Why for that? I don't move like that, Ferdinand. Um, you're relying on him to be the sole ball carrier in the midfield. That could be a problem. And you've got a lot of games when he's not playing. You're gonna have to. Do you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to rely on other man to be the legs. So it could be a lot for just that one player. Facts, Nick. That's been there. Scouse man of defensive over Salah and Hazard debates, 100%. Nick, you said Dave beat Tony, but he never did. No, when Tony Bellew beat David Hay, I was supporting Tony Bellew, and the Scouse lad come up to me shouting about it, bro. Yeah, Ferdinand needs a timeout, bro. That's got to be. Do you know what I'm saying? That's got to be something. That's got to be someone that knows me personally on a burner account. Do you know what I mean? That might be Rants or someone. Lamps has something maybe for us. Maybe. I think we know what Lampard's going to say. Do you know what I'm saying? We're about to kick off, by the way. We know what Lampard is probably going to say. And we know what, not know exactly what they're going to do, but we know a decent amount of what they're going to do. Just kicked off. And Coventry go long. Coventry, actually, ironically, they do score a lot of set pieces. And you can see straight away all the play has moved to one side of the pitch. They're going to look to try and get out the fullbacks. Immediately, Coventry have got themselves a corner. Immediately. What are you saying, Ahmad? Yeah, Sims is a good number 9 still. Sims is a good number 9. They've got De Silva at left back, who's not bad. They got some decent players, but they are going to play for set pieces 100%. They scored a lot of set pieces last year. Obviously, Arsenal very good at set pieces as well. So I think this is going to be a lot of. Don't be surprised to see Coventry go long, not just for this set piece, but Calafiori gets there first. Can he get the second? He does. When I say go long, I bet you money their goalkeeper, when he has the ball, is not going to go long to a number 9 when you think of direct number 9 play. They're going to go long to diagonal. They're going to go long diags. And the wingers are going to look to get out our fullbacks, especially Asante on the left wing up against Ben White. They're going to go long diags to him and try and get him getting corners. Do you know what I'm saying? Nick, bare IC3 wingers nowadays, is that a new strat? I mean, IC3 man in the lower divisions have always been wingers. Do you know what I'm saying? Man could look at Wayne Routledge and Nathan Dyer and these man in the championship. It's been a thing for a while. Do you know what I'm saying? There's the whole generation of that for a while. Solis coming forward. It's going to be interesting to see what Solis does. Obviously, he had a really good game against Man City, but not so competitive. Higher technical level than these guys, but when we see him in the physical games, in the duels, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. Thoughts on the lineup? I'm surprised to see Madueke not starting. That's my main surprise. I'm surprised to see Madueke not starting, but the rest of it makes sense. Too soon for Concert to start. Good football from Calafiori. Poor from Lewis Skelly. Well cut out from Rice. And here comes Asante now, trying to get a run on Ben White. Lewis Skelly does have little lapses in concentration. His off the ball work isn't the best. When he's on the ball, he's really, really good. And obviously, he's a very good progressive ball carrier. Look, they've passed it all the way back to the goalkeeper. There's the long diag. And to be fair, that time they do actually look up to go to Sims. Calafiori almost loses out there, and Lewis Skelly on the ball. We need to try to work to get Lewis Skelly on the ball. Because like I said, his off the ball work, he can just have little lapses in concentration sometimes. We've seen him get wrong side a few times, go and get himself yellow cards and things like that. But we know, like I said, we can already see what Coventry's going to do. They're going to try and every time they get the ball, unless they've got a numbers advantage, they're going to go back, reset, and either go long to the wingers or it looks like go long to Sims and try and get a flick on. We're going to need Erdegaard. We're going to need some creativity because they're sitting so deep. It's going to be very difficult to carry the ball through that midfield. And I don't know who that pass was supposed to be to Mosquera. I'm going to be live tomorrow as well for the Hull City versus Manchester United game. There's another long ball out to the winger, like I said. and the knockdown. And that's what they're going to look to do. Long ball from the keeper out to the winger. And then it's going to be corners and crosses. There's the cross. Cut out by Saka. Solid. It's his first run. Can he get a shot away? He does get a shot away. It's wide, but that's exactly what we want to see from him. That's exactly what we want to see from him. It's not bad. Nice and positive. That's what we've lacked. That's exactly what we've lacked. Oh, Saka gets onto a loose ball. Not sure what he was trying to do with that. Saka's very predictable. I mean, all wingers are predictable, isn't it? All wingers want to cut in and shoot. So, there's not even Messi's predictable. It's just a question of whether you can stop what he's trying to do. I will say I have seen Saka take it on the outside and put a cross in and different things like that. He can mix it up. He definitely can mix it up. Calafiori went on a run. I wondered if maybe he could have been used. And the thing of Arsenal, we're here with the ball on the edge of the box. Solids with the cross. Oh, Saka should have put that in. Saka should have put that in. But I think Arsenal will get better and better with this type of situation. And again, it's Solids breaking his position to come to the right hand side and just showing a little bit of variety. Solids looks very tidy already. The two attacks, the two proper attacks that we've had, have both come from him. Oh, and that actually goes for a corner as well. It depends on your type of defending. I think Saka's a difficult person to defend, like tactically. But Madueke is faster and more direct. So in a one-on-one, Madueke is probably going to skin you more than Saka's going to skin you. But you're more likely to lose position of Saka, and Saka's just more likely to score. Great little ball through. Can we find a shot? It was a good shot from Solis. That's the third attack that we've had that's come from Solis already. All three shots on goal have come from him. Solis looking really tidy. Very, very tidy. Almost a good ball from Erdegaard. We want to see that progressive passing from him. I don't mind him misplacing one or two. Do you know what I'm saying? The key thing is that he keeps doing it. That's the key thing. Oh, Lewis Skelly goes over the defender, or over the midfielder rather. Solis coming forwards. What I like about Solis is just he doesn't really seem to make the wrong decision very often. Same as Saka, not the fastest or the most skillful, but just makes the right decision. Declan Rice with a strike that goes for another corner, and that one there set up again by Solis. Do you think there's serious concern about Saliba's injury? I don't think it's a question of concern. I think it's a question of he's one of the world's best centre backs, and so when they get an injury, you don't want to rush him back. Do you know what I'm saying? He's getting surgery on his back, so it should only be a couple months, but you don't want to rush him back. And right now, we've got the money to go and get a £50 million reinforcement and not have to rush him back. I think that the signing of Konsa is more about Mosquera than it is about Saliba. It's a question of we don't want to be in a position where we're relying on Mosquera to win the league. Not the best kick from David Raya. And I think Saka should have done better there. Saka kind of waited for the ball to come out of the sky and the defender engaged him. He should have backed into the defender and engaged him first, just to get his bearings on where that player is so that he knows how much space he's got to try and hold off the ball. Instead, the defender engages him first, knocks him off his balance. And then again, they're going to go all the way back to their goalkeeper, Coventry. Are they going to try and play out this time? Look for a long ball over the top. And like I said, that's what they're going to do. You have a bunch of players that can play centre back, though. You don't need to buy another big player. I don't think that's how the club look at it. That's what I'm saying. They're trying to win a league, and in the past, they've won leagues because they've just said the club feel Saka coming forwards. I think that goes out for a corner. The club feel that in the past they've not won league titles because there's been an injury and they've said, fuck it, someone can play there, so don't worry about it. And they don't want to be in a position to say, someone can play there, don't worry about it. Do you know what I mean? So, like, why not? I just think people are not used to seeing Arsenal operate in this way. I'll be honest. Like, we've seen fucking Chelsea have 5 strikers or 6 strikers or something like that. We've seen Man City have 4 or 5 strikers at one time. Do you know what I mean? No one said you don't need all those strikers. I think it's just a question of better safe than sorry. Do you know what I mean? And we've got a lot of games. Do you know what I'm saying? You didn't strengthen your attack though. Why are you focusing on defender? Because the defender part was urgent because my man's getting surgery. Do you know what I'm saying? And we're trying to get an attacker. We're trying to get Julian Alvarez. The difference is the defenders that we're bringing in are covering defenders. It's not like we're trying to get Van Dijk or Konate or like a top centre back. We're just going for defenders. We're going for centre backs that can cover and do a job. With attackers, we're trying to go out there and get one of the world's best attackers. We're trying to get Vinicius Jr. We're trying to get Julian Alvarez. Whoever we go and get is someone that's coming from a top club and has maybe won internationals, won big trophies, and is a top player. That's not the case for Konsa, and arguably not the case for Bruno G either. So those deals are easier to do. But going and getting the big players, it's going to be harder. It's going to be more expensive. It's going to be more complex. The club's not going to want to let them go as much, so that those deals are going to take more time. It's a good tackle there from Gabriel. I did think he just about gave away a free kick. Refs played advantage. Coventry coming forwards, looks for a shot. Saw his name up in lights there. Couple little fouls given away by Arsenal. It's good advantage though by the ref. Coventry looked tidy, but I think this is very much the game that Arsenal would have been expecting from them. Again, Diag out wide to the right back. Good defensive work from Solis. The right back is just making some little jinky runs, and still Solis just sticking with him. Shane said you can't pay Hall while Spurs spending 70, 80 million on Savinha. Like I said, I always say this: Man United operate like a brand. Shane said that it's because 80 million would be the landmark highest price ever paid for a fullback, but who cares? They go long again. This time it's cut out. In classic Havertz fashion, not massively involved at the moment, but he can pop up with a goal at any time, Havertz. Good challenge from Gabriel, but Gabriel's bought a foul there a little bit from Sims. No Martinelli and no Jesus. I mean, we know that the club's trying to get rid of Jesus. Martinelli, I was sort of on the fence about, but he's been at the club 9 years. Obviously, won one Prem. but they're just anyone that's not the level. They're thinking that they want a team. Arteta wants a team of people that could all potentially be starters. You know what I mean? In a certain system, Zubamendi could be a starter. Like he has the ability to be a starter. Madueke maybe less so, but he doesn't want people that clearly are not the levels of the starters. Good battling from Solis. Calafiori, ball comes in. It's Havertz 1-0. And I said Kai Havertz not involved at all, but could just pop up with a goal at any minute. Could just pop up with a goal at any minute. And the assist comes from Calafiori, but it is great work from Christoph Solis. Again, if you look at what Solis did, he's got the right back. The right back's got the ball, and Solis just sticks with him, sticks with him. A little bit of a deflection. The right back gets the ball back in, sticks with him, sticks with him. Eventually, the ball goes to Calafiori. He gets the ball across for Havertz. But that a lot of that is made by Christoph Solis, who is just looking like an absolute peach of a signing. And you know what? If I'm going to be fair, and if I'm going to be honest, and if I'm going to take my love of Bukayo Saka out and just be really objective as an Arsenal fan, Christoph Solis is put in shame to Madueke, Martinelli, Jesus, and if we're being honest, Bukayo Saka as well, blood. Because this guy's just come in. He's not a big name player. He's not a Vinny Jr. He's not from a big club. He's from Club Bruges. He had a good goal scoring record and stuff like that, but he's not won necessarily big trophies. He's from Greece. He's not from a big footballing nation necessarily. Relatively unknown Christoph Solis. And immediately the Man City game and now this game is just hitting the ground running, hitting the ground running, hitting the ground running. And I think if you are Saka, Martinelli, Madueke, any of these man, you got to be looking at Christoph Solis and saying, bro, this guy is just, he's serious. And again, like I said about Saka, and Ahmad said earlier about Madueke is probably harder to defend than Saka. Madueke is probably harder to defend in one-on-one battles than Solis because Madueke is direct and is going to put the defender on the back foot. But in terms of like intelligence, Lewis Skelly brought down in the midfield there. He's so good at buying those fouls. But yeah, look at Solid. He's coming and just hit the ground running. Just hit the ground running immediately. Do you know what I'm saying? So he just does the basics well. Just does like you said, and that's what I think about Saka as well. I think the difference is a lot of rival fans think that Saka gets a lot of PR that's not deserved. But I think Saka's very similar. But Solid's just coming in into a new nation, new club, and just doing the basics. Do you know what I mean? And his intelligence is so good. Saka does better that time because he engages the defender first. When the ball's in the air, little footballing tip, great pass from Ben White. Was that Solis again on the ball, over the top, and Havertz tried to return the favour to Solis that time, and Havertz is offside. Forget the skills and stuff. He's just efficient. And Saka, when he's at his best, is also very, very efficient. That's the best word to use. It's not going to be eye catching, but it's going to be efficient. Yeah, bro. We were just talking about the Baleba signing earlier. Solis looks like a gem. Solis literally looks like just an upgraded version of Trossard, which is perfect, which is what you want. How difficult is it when you've got a good player? Trossard was a very good player to go and just get someone that does the same job at a higher level. So difficult. So whoever was in charge of scouting there, whether that's an Arteta signing or a Berta signing or whoever scouted that player, that's brilliant scouting. Baleba was the worst player last season. He was injured a lot last year, and that's exactly what I said. I said my only concern, I literally said this earlier, Ahmad, my only concern is he's going to be the main legs in your midfield for a lot of games. And he had a big injury last year. So the only concern I've got, which is why I can see why you wanted Lewis Skelly or someone that fits that mold. I think trying to go for Lewis Skelly was silly, but, you know, Lewis Skelly, lovely, moves the ball really well. That's a lovely ball from Ødegaard. It doesn't quite get there. Again, Ødegaard's another one. When Ødegaard's at his best, and I know the criticism will be he's not at his best enough, but when he is, he's just a gorgeous football player to watch. It's funny, I was watching a compilation video earlier of him. Mosquera gets out jumped that time. Gabriel, good tackle. And he tries to buy the foul from Sims. And does he get that foul? He does get that foul. I want to see that again. Because that's twice that Gabriel's seems like he's bought a foul from Sims, but maybe Sims has just got there late. The ref seems convinced. That looked a little bit soft. He's gone over. Yeah. Just about a foul. Just about. Oh, Sims got really slow legs, hasn't he, for someone who's a striker? Looks like an impact injury, so he'll be able to walk it off and ice it, but that will hurt. The talk is our analytics department wanted Solis. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense because, like I say, he's just, we said it when we said it when we saw him in preseason. It's just going to be output, an output machine, an output machine. We should pay whatever money for Tchouaméni. I don't know how much you watch Real Madrid, but Tchouaméni today is not the Tchouaméni of 2 or 3 years ago. Also, we can see why. I know that Mosquera can do a job at right centre back, but a bit like Kivior when we played against Madrid and he was good for a few games, we can see that Mosquera is maybe just a level below. Even just in terms of confidence, it might not even be a technical thing. It could just be confidence. We can see Mosquera is not quite that starting level. We're playing Coventry today, and in certain games it might be okay, but he's getting outbeaten, but for headers. He's not losing his man, but he's not winning. We spoke about duels. He's not winning all those duels the way that you would really want him to and expect him to. He's not playing expansive passes. Gabriel's popping the ball out to Solis and Calafiori on that side. Mosquera doesn't look comfortable doing that on the right-hand side. Those are the reasons why Consa's going to come in. And Mosquera will get lots of minutes, but that's why we've gone, actually, we're not going to go with just Mosquera. Really good football again. Their box is absolutely packed with players. Their box is absolutely packed with their players. So we just couldn't get a shot away. I would even take Norgard. The problem is, you could have taken Norgard. The problem that you've got is that your midfield, Norgard's the same as what you've got. He's a technical DM that doesn't have a lot of legs. You needed a midfielder that could grab the ball and drive the ball forwards. Rice, Skelly, Bruno G, Tonali, maybe Paulinho, Caicedo, someone that's got legs to carry that ball forwards. That's what you don't have. And Norgard would just not solve that problem for you. You'd be in the same place. Again, we're out jumped for the header there, which I'm not crazy about. But Declan Rice picks up the second ball. Erdegaard, can he find the ball through? He does. There's Declan Rice. Can we find the shot? Just pop the shot, Deck. Solis across the box. Erdegaard, Saka. It's 2-0. Solis with the assist again. Oh my God. What am I seeing? What am I seeing? £34 million. The output machine. The output machine. Oh my word. I know the goalkeeper got a touch on that, but that's got to be a Solis assist. He's come in and created 2 goals. He's come in and just created 2 goals. I know he's not going to get the assist for the first one because that's going to be a Calafiori assist. But he's just created everything. And I said it, the first 3 or 4 attacks, it was all Solis every single time. I can't believe what I'm seeing. I haven't seen a player come into Arsenal and just take to the league this well since maybe Aubameyang. Declan Rice, that's a good pass. Erdegaard, I wasn't sure. He looked like he held the pass too long, but he just managed to get it out of his feet. And then Solis, again, he just puts the ball across the box. You're saying Saka stat padding. I mean, it's not stat padding. He scored a goal. What goals count and don't count in your opinion? Do you know what I mean? But it's all about Solis today. Absolutely insane. And again, like we said, like we said, AT, it's not Solis doing anything amazing. It's not him doing anything that's reinventing the wheel. It's just him doing the basics really, really well. Really, really well. I like Solis. He's putting the ball in dangerous positions. That's what you need from wingers. 100%. His output is really good. And it looks like he just got clamped. They're already identifying him as a danger man. And now look how deep Rice is dropping to come and collect that ball because Mosquera isn't comfortable stepping out. Gabriel will step out almost into the midfield to play football. Mosquera and Lewis Skelly's done that annoying Lewis Skelly thing that I don't like that he does. He's won the ball back though, really, really good. He's so good at winning the ball back, but he does that. He just lets the ball run a little bit too far sometimes. He's done it 3 times in this game. It's only 25 minutes in. That's why I rate Doku to some extent. He can create chaos for the opponent. But this is what I want. I want someone like a Doku who will create chaos, and then I want someone like a Solis who's efficient. At the moment, we have Solis and Saka who are both efficient, but not. We lack the chaos element, which is why sometimes I like Martinelli. Ben White goes on a run forwards. He tries to buy a foul. Is he going to get it? I don't think he is. That was soft from Ben White. He tried to buy a foul there. Whereas imagine if we had like Solis on the right and like Vinny just as an example on the left. So you got just chaos on the left, output on the right. That's kind of the balance that I'm looking for. And Saka with a blatant handball. He had the opportunity to get the ball the first time and just let it come down. I don't know if that's because of injury or something, or like not wanting to do his injury again. But he looked really reluctant to kind of pluck that ball out from the sky. Madueke and them are doing bare skills for nothing. Madueke's skills are actually very good. He just his passing. His passing and his decision making is awful. Good header from Mosquera that time. And that's when Skelly's at his best. He just rolls 2 players and gets himself into some space. Havertz, can you find Saka? No, we're going to go middle. Erdegaard will find Saka though, almost. Skelly can pick that up. It's a good battle from Skelly. Again, we talk. That's got to be a yellow card, ref. That's got to be a yellow card. He just brought him down cynically. We're talking about winning duels. Look at how Lewis Skelly wins duels, and that's why he's in that midfield against bigger, arguably stronger, older players, and they just cannot move him off the ball without having to commit some sort of foul. Yeah, Caleb Yarenki. First yellow card of the game. I got a feeling it's looking like Erdegaard. They're shaping up for Erdegaard to cross it to Gabriel, but I got a feeling he's going to roll it to the left. He does roll it to the left. I knew it. I knew it. He's going to roll it to the left for Solis. Solis tries to find Havertz, and it goes down for a foul. Could have been a good idea. I knew it though. I just knew. I knew Erdegaard's not going to roll that. Not going to put that ball in. I would have liked him to put the ball in just so that we could see Arsenal with some kind of different variety of attack. But I just had a feeling the way he's shaped up, he's not going to. He's not going to put that ball in the box. Lots of sensible football from Arsenal here. I'll come to that comment in a second. Man, and put a like on the video as well. Live twice tomorrow. We got Hull versus City, Hull versus United. And then we got the boxing in the evening or in the night. Going live about 2 a.m. for the boxing. Erdegaard skipped his man, but heavy touch. By the way, this season it's too early to say Arsenal look proactive. More attacking and finishing team. You barely did this in the Prem last season. I mean, one game is obviously too early to make determinations about a team, but I think that we look much more balanced already. I think just with Solis in there, we look more balanced and more free flowing already. Mosquera does really well. Saka also does really well and draws the foul. that Solid's coming forwards again. Cuts it back to Calafiori. Can we find a pass? Erdegaard tries a scoop pass through to Havertz. It's good defending from Coventry. And I think Havertz offside. I just want to see Erdegaard go for some shots here. Do you know what I mean? We know when Erdegaard gets the ball, and I think this is the difference with Bruno. When Bruno gets the ball in that position, you don't know as a defender whether Bruno is looking for a shot or whether he's looking for a cross or a pass. And because of that, you've got to kind of double, triple think what you're going to do. With Erdegaard, 90% of the time, you know he's looking to break the lines of a pass. He's a beautiful passer, but you know he's looking for a pass. So the goalkeeper can just set himself and start looking, not worry about a shot, but just start focusing on where that ball's going to come into the 18-yard box and how he can go and meet that ball out there. Whereas I think if Erdegaard just added a few more shots to his game, it would just give the defenders something extra to think about and consider. It's a great pass from David Raya, switching the play. Lewis Skelly, Ben White's available. Good pass from Declan Rice out to Solis again, and immediately just looks up and starts carrying the ball. But without assessing the situation, Solis looks up and just starts driving the ball forwards immediately. Good football from Arsenal in this final third here. Rice, Erdegaard, Ben White, just moving the ball nice and quick. Coventry's got a lot of defenders and a lot of bodies in the box, but just keep moving the ball nice and quick. 2 touches, keep moving the ball, and the gap will naturally happen. You don't have to force the gap to happen. If you just move the ball quick enough, the gap will naturally happen. And now we're seeing it. Coventry's breaking their positions a little bit. Saka's taking a little bit of time so they can get back in position. But if you move the ball quick enough, you don't allow them to get back in position. Just like that. What I'm seeing is really nice. Erdegaard takes the initiative and says, actually, we've done that 3 or 4 times. Let's start again and pull them out. Let's pull them out of their position and restart. I like that. Yo, Nick, I was AFK. What happened for the second goal? Bro, what happened for the second goal? It was another Solis assist. Solis down the line, and cuts the ball across the 18-yard box. Keeper dives for it, gets a palm to it, and then Saka's got an open goal. So 1 assist for Solis, and he played a big part in creating the first goal, even though he won't get the assist. Calafiori will get that, but brilliant performance from him. Saka was gone. He wanted that pass from Erdegaard. Good pass from Mosquera. Mosquera just starting to take a little bit more initiative in terms of line breaking passes. That early in the game, he looked a little bit reluctant to do it. Now he's doing it a little bit more. Calafiori at left back finds Lewis Skelly. He can drive that ball. He switches it to Saka instead. Lovely from Saka. Lovely from Erdegaard. Great. That's beautiful football. Ben White has the shot. We know Ben White's not a striker, and the defender makes a really good block, but the football's really nice. You can see immediately, Ahmad said it's too early to say Arsenal look more fluid. They do look more fluid, and maybe in a couple of games that might go backwards again. But Arsenal just look more fluid, 100%. Mosquera should have come and met that. It was a bit of a slight heavy touch from the defender, and Mosquera could have come and met that, chose not to. Sims up against Gabriel. Gabriel just wants to see him backwards. Oh, that's a foul from Gabriel on Sims, to be fair. He stamps on his ankle. It's a yellow card. Yeah. Yeah, he's rolled him. He's rolled him. Definitely yellow card. He's rolled him. Sims has got the advantage. I think that is a yellow card, to be fair. This is where Coventry could be dangerous. They're the most set piece goals last season. You're saying they're not ready for the Prem, but you'll see Coventry have a few upsets. They might go back down, but I mean, they are ready for the Prem. You have to just get promoted from the Championship to be ready for the Prem. That's all it is. But you'll see Coventry cause a lot of upsets. Do you know what I mean? Grimsby weren't ready for the Prem and they beat you lot. Cross comes in, back post. I think it's Ben White that gets there first. Erdegaard gets the second header. And Havertz on the press. Good header from Erdegaard because that's not his game. Do you know what I mean? That's not really what he wants to be doing. Solly's just pulled down there. Refs, has he played the advantage? I think he has. There's a couple of fouls in there, ref. We get the foul now. That's another foul on Solis. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm saying they're not ready for the Prem. Bro, Grimsby weren't even in the Prem and they beat you lot. So it's not always about Prem. Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, Wolves got relegated last year. You've been watching football long enough, Ahmad, to know how the Prem works, man. Wolves got relegated and they took points off Arsenal and City last year. And I think United as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And Wolves started taking more points off top teams after they'd already been relegated. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not a question of who's ready for the Prem and who's not. Another dangerous area free kick for Erdegaard. Does he slot it down the side or does he go direct this time into the box? I would imagine he tries to whip this into the box this time. Nope, he goes sideways again. Can White find Saka nice and early? I think the thing with Saka now is that he's just got to play at a slightly quicker tempo. Gets beyond Sims. Gets the corner. That was good football from Saka. He managed to get beyond Sims. They just had so many bodies in the box. Saka can skin his player. He just don't do that type of football often enough. He gets brought down, but he gets back to his feet to carry on playing. Not really enough for a penalty. That man will not even, that's what I'm saying, bro. If Arsenal slap someone, they're just not ready. They're not ready for the Prem. All right. Okay. Do you know what I'm saying? They're just not ready for the Prem. Gabriel looks active for the corner. Corner comes in. Erdegaard. The attack should stay alive. Erdegaard swings the ball back post. Oh, and Gabriel was getting thrown all over the place there. Solis. Hey, Solis is serious. Nearly another goal for Havertz from Solis that time. Good little cheeky tackle from Mosquera. The attack is alive again. They just keep going, attack after this, like Call of Duty zombies. Do you know what I mean? Just wave after wave of attack. Calafiori goes for a shot. They believe it's a handball. VAR might have a look. Back to Solis again. Skips his man, puts another dangerous ball into the box. It's blocked again. And the ref is going to give that foul for Coventry. Bro, you know Shane's not here. So I said, message him. I was like, bro, send me all the thumbnails and just let me schedule the lives. I don't know why he's so against it. I don't know what he thinks happens. He's like, oh, there's no point. I'm like, bro, I don't know why you think that, but it is what it is. They're all scheduled. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Solis is on demon time. Oh, was that a handball? I need to see that again. His hand looks like it's by his side, but it does look like it touched his hand. Well, they're not going to give it. The game's continued anyway, but there you go. Maybe his hand was too close to his side. The man them know what streams are coming up. That's a no-brainer. That's no-brainer still. Nah, facts. Especially when it's Vegas and that. Like, I mean, who knows? I mean, man, might not know Wagwan, but I don't know what Shane's thinking was there. But coming up to 40 minutes, 2-0 could probably be 3 or 4, maybe 3. I think 3 would be fair. 4, I think we're verging on unfair. But like I said, I think we know what Coventry is going to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Nick, any advice for doing live streaming on YouTube? There's probably better people to ask for advice. I don't think I'm very massively successful. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm on on the road to 5K. Like the video, subscribe to the channel and that. But I think the advice that I got from rants and expressions is just consistency and just being yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not even about the production quality or any of that, bro. It's just turn the camera on, be yourself, and the people that fuck with you, and the people that don't, and that's what it is in life as well as in YouTube. Do you know what I'm saying? So just do that. We know that if we structured the show differently and didn't talk about people the way that we do, we'd probably be able to get bigger sponsors and bigger opportunities, but we just don't care. Gabriel tries a pass. Coventry coming forwards now. Again, they're just moving the ball between the fullback and the winger, just trying to look for a cross. And if they can't find a cross, they won't dare try get through the midfield. If they can't find a cross, like they've gone all the way back to their own half now, and then they go route one, and that long ball's gone out for a throw. It's gonna have to be 5K U-man firming leg kicks. No, yeah, I think 5K. I'll give Shane a shot in the body. He wants to wear a vest though because he's a pussy, but here's what it is. We've got a lot of shit coming. I need to do. There's a couple of videos we need to shoot and explain what the future of the show is going to look like. In a couple of months, it's going to change. We're going to have a different type of setup, but I've got to do a whole video to kind of explain that to you lot and update you, man, on my health and all that kind of stuff. So that's all of that is coming. Shane can hit me in the body with no vest. I don't mind. Do you know what I'm saying? Coventry coming forwards again. They're going to look for a cross. They're trying to find the angle for the cross, and they've gone backwards again. I think the problem with Coventry, they're trying to find the perfect angle for the cross, and sometimes you just got to cross the ball. Just cross it. Maybe someone makes a mistake. You just got to gamble, but they just keep not doing it. They keep not doing it and not doing it, and then they've gone all the way back. Do you know what I'm saying? So you guys got 5K. We ain't got 5K. We got like 3.5K. But really, the consistency is the main thing. They found a ball into Sims's feet that time. They're jinking around, moving the ball, looking for a shot. But again, they've gone wide, and it's like they're looking for a cross. Or it's going to end up being a speculative shot. There's the cross. And it's cut out from Arsenal. Oh, that was very nearly goal of the season. He's gone for almost like but it's not quite a bicycle kick, but pretty much a bicycle kick, an over the head kick from the edge of the box, and it's nearly dipped in. It's just landed just on the top of the crossbar. David Raya almost had to tip it just to keep it covered. That was almost goal of the season. Don't mind that. You got to gamble sometimes. Do you know what I mean? If you're Coventry coming up to the Prem playing Arsenal, you got to gamble. Havertz with the flick on, but no one to flick it on to. I think we'll see Saka be a bit better this season as well, because once people get an idea of Solis is dangerous and they get an idea of how dangerous he is, at the moment, Solis is picking up the ball in yards of space. No one in the Prem is letting Saka pick up the ball in yards of space. Whether you man rate him or not at home, amongst the world of professional football players, they rate Saka. They are not letting him pick up the ball in 5 yards or 10 yards of space. So he's getting doubled up on and stuff like that. You see Solis, he's picking up the ball. Now Coventry's just starting to deep. Yeah, we might have to double up on this guy. And they've just doubled up on him for the first time, 43 minutes into the game. But when they do that, they might not be able to double up on Saka. And then Saka will have more time. And then we'll see more output from there. It's a great ball from Declan Rice into Ben White for a tight angle. Saka, can you find a cross to the back post? Declan Rice, he crosses it. It's headed out. Don't dive into that, Gabriel. Nice, sensible. And again, Solis' is defensive work. Really, really solid. He's not a defender, we know that, but he's willing to drop back and get involved in the defense. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. Very, very happy with what I'm seeing. I think, again, just attacking wise, could be a little bit better in that final third. I haven't been keeping up with the Tupac trial, but I pretty much know the story of Keefy D. So I'm gonna be interested to see what happens. Tupac's one of my favorite rappers, so justice for Tupac. Solid's coming forwards again, cutting in. I think he wants to get himself a goal. He wants to shoot. He's shaped up to shoot a couple of times. Oh, and Solids is brought down on the edge of the box. I think the ref is going to play advantage. The ref didn't signal for advantage. Erdegaard, ball across the box. We take the corner. The ref didn't even signal for a foul or anything. That was definitely a foul. I don't know how the ref has not flagged for a foul there. But you can see Solis wants a goal. I don't know how the ref's not. He's not even put his hand up for advantage. He's just said that's no foul. Geezer's well late. And that's the guy that's on the yellow card already. That's the guy that's on the yellow card. He's got to be careful. Keefy D is an idiot. Dude wrote a book. Bro, Keefy D's been telling this story for about 20 years, bro. Keefy D will tell that story to anyone that will listen. Saka goes short with the corner. Back to Saka. Erdegaard. Can he find the shot? He does find the shot. Oh, I think it takes a deflection. Otherwise, that could have been sailing into the bottom corner. That's exactly what I want to see from Erdegaard in that type of position. Really, really good. Look at that. Look, there's a clear line, and it does come off the foot of a defender for another corner. Saka, just swing this one in and let Gabriel get to that. Just swing this one in and let Gabriel get to that. Erdegaard's telling him what to do. There's so much stuff. I know a lot of people don't rate Erdegaard, but there's so much stuff that Erdegaard does in terms of communication with the team to let them know those decisions that are being made. So good as a captain. Saka does go short this time again. Erdegaard. Rice. Rice goes for the shot. Oh, it's just wide. It's on his left foot. It's a real peach of a strike. It's a really good strike. On his weak foot, I really rate that because we know he's not left-footed, but he said, fuck it. And this is where I'm saying, Ahmad, this is where I'm saying, I know it's only one game and I know it's only Coventry. But when I say Arsenal look more fluid, their attacks are coming from all over the place. If you're defending Arsenal, you don't know. It used to be their attack is going to come from Saka. Maybe Martinelli and Trossard pull something off, but it's coming from Saka. You take out Saka, pretty much you've taken Arsenal out of the game for the most part. Great defending from Kai Havertz and the high press. Now, if you're Coventry, who do you focus on? Do you focus on Rice in the midfield? Do you focus on Skelly, who can start carrying the ball? Do you focus on Saka, who can cross the ball? Do you focus on Erdegaard? Then you leave Solis free. It's really, really difficult to track where that attack is going to come from. And that's where Arsenal look at a different level. It's half-time, 2-0. First game back, lads. How are we feeling? I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. I'm loving it so far. Not going to lie. We're winning it all, bro. Who can honestly compete this year, bro? As I've said for 2 years, bring me Julian Alvarez, bro. I know he wants to go Barca, but their man are not trying to sell him to Barca. So bring him to bring him to the champions, bro. Bring him to the champions, bro. If we get Julian Alvarez, we're getting at least 2 trophies. At least 2 trophies. That's me being extremely conservative. Extremely conservative. I'm telling you. No, I don't think Fury AJ is going to happen. I said it the whole time. I don't think Fury AJ is ever going to happen. We're never going to see it. It's never going to happen. Let's all get over it. Let's all get past it. Let's all move on with our lives. That fight is never, ever going to happen. That's my belief. That's my genuine, sincere belief. I don't even care. I'm not even mad at it. I'm not going to lie. Thought they signed it in December. Bro, fights get signed and don't happen all the time. I've told you, I personally don't like Tyson Fury. I don't like him. I don't believe anything he says. And I think that Tyson Fury will always use anything and everything he can as a smokescreen for something else. Tyson Fury is probably making more money from his documentary on Netflix than he's making from fighting. So I just don't even think he's interested in fighting right now. I'll be honest. Um, Thoughts on Keyshawn fighting your boy Jack? We'll discuss that tomorrow for sure. Would you take Oscar Bob? No, I wouldn't take Oscar Bob. Oscar Bob's really talented player. I haven't seen him have a full season at the level of a club like Arsenal. Obviously, he played a bit part role at City, but I don't know that getting rid of Martinelli to get Oscar Bob is an improvement. Do you know what I'm saying? He's a baller though. He's definitely. But I'm not doubting his talent. I'm not doubting his talent. But what I'm saying is Martinelli, we know what we're going to get from him. Oscar Bob's probably more technical than Martinelli. I'm not arguing. I'm not always arguing who's a better player, which I think is where you guys are getting mistaken. Again, I've played football. There's a world where you get rid of a player that's very popular and does a job that everyone likes, bring in a player, and it fucks up the dressing room. If right now Oscar Bob's talented, no issue. If Martinelli was injured, I'd take Oscar Bob. But what if they sell you for 35 million? No, because you're not listening. It's not about the money. I don't care about the money. It's not my money. I don't care about other people's money. We're only trying to bring in attackers, as I said before, who are world class attackers. That means to me that they have competed at every level in football, that they can continually compete at every level in football, and that they have experience of winning big trophies. Those are the only people that we're looking to bring into this attack, because anyone below that level is not better than Martinelli by a wide enough margin, if that makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no point me getting rid of Martinelli to bring in Amad Diallo. Do you know what I'm saying? There's no point to bring in Mbuemo. Mbuemo might get more goals than Martinelli, but what have we achieved with that? We're kind of, as a squad, we're in the same place. The club tried to get Vinicius Jr. So straight away you can see what the level of intention is from the club. With a team like this, you're looking at someone that's got to be competing with Solis, and we've seen his level of output for the last two games. It's got to be someone that is a top player, which means it's going to be expensive because you're probably going to be taking them from a top club. Do you know what I mean? I only want people that are in the ballpark of a Kvaratskhelia or a Michael Elise or someone in that level. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I need. And I think that Vinny and Julian Alvarez are both in that world. And they're the only two players that we're willing to. Otherwise, we'll just stick with Martinelli then. Getting rid of Martinelli to get Oscar Bob doesn't make any sense to me. And he's a player. I like Oscar Bob. Very talented player. Very talented player. And whoever gets him for 35 million, that's a steal. And they'll have a great player on their hands. But does Oscar Bob take title-winning Arsenal to the next level? I don't think he does. Does Julian Alvarez take title-winning Arsenal to the next level? I believe he does. Whether Julian Alvarez comes in at the 9, whether Julian Alvarez plays on the left and Gyökeres is in the 9, whether Julian Alvarez plays on the right and Solis on the left and Havertz in the 9, whatever it is, whether Julian Alvarez plays as a second striker just behind Havertz and Lewis Skelly's in the midfield and Erdegaard's moved out, whatever, across the whole squad, Julian Alvarez makes this whole squad better and more dangerous. I don't know that Oscar Bob makes this whole squad better and more dangerous. I don't know that to be true. As good as he is. Even if he's better than Martinelli, which is fine. He may be better than Martinelli, but still, he's still not someone that's taking it to the next level. Do you know what I'm saying? I'd rather look at Nusa than look at Oscar Bob. Personally. Vinny could still come to Arsenal. I'm not when he's just renewed his new contract, but maybe at some point in the future he could come to Arsenal, but certainly not right now. I think Alvarez is mad overrated. However, it's a game changer. That's the thing. It's like when you say he's overrated, I wouldn't say that he is overrated, but it's what he's going to do for our team. Do you know what I'm saying? Like us getting Declan Rice is massive. You man not getting Declan Rice is not a big deal because you already have Caicedo. So, but what it would mean to us is mad. Do you know what I'm saying? You lot getting Gabriel would be massive. Do you know what I'm saying? Or you lot getting Konate would be massive. But that's not massive to us because we've got centre backs. Do you know what I mean? If Julian Alvarez is playing a whole season of 9 at this team, in this team, with Saka and Solis out wide, and we had 38 games with just Julian Alvarez in the 9, he's bagging one amount of goals. Julian Alvarez is bagging one amount of goals. He is a dog. Julian Alvarez is an absolute dog. And Julian Alvarez has scored goals at every level of football. Consistent. On a consistent basis. I feel like Vinny's on his way out of the club despite renewing his contract. I don't think so. Work rate ain't the first thing I want to hear when I'm for my starting number 9. I hear you, but you're not Arteta, and you know Arteta's a madman, and Arteta will want work rate from his number 9, 100%. Someone that's got mad work rate and can bang goals. Gyökeres has got quite good work rate, doesn't score enough goals. Havertz has got very good work rate, doesn't score enough goals. Do you know what I'm saying? Julian Alvarez has exactly. It's Arteta. Exactly. It's for Arteta. Julian for Mikel Arteta. I'm not saying Julian Alvarez is the best 9 in the world. I'm not even saying Julian Alvarez is in the top 5 nines in the world. But for Mikel Arteta, he might be the number 1 9 in the world. When I think of Mikel Arteta's style of football, he would something, bro. Julian Alvarez will probably win more headers than Gyökeres, score more goals than Havertz, be more of a shithouse than Havertz. I think if you sold Gyökeres or you swapped Gyökeres for Julian Alvarez, I think the squad goes to another level. I think the squad goes to another level. If you take out Martinelli for Julian Alvarez, or if you take out Gyökeres for Julian Alvarez, I think the squad goes to another level. And Julian Alvarez just scores goals, bro. He's actually a bagsman. Like he scores a lot of goals, and he's coming from a team in Atletico which already play that type of defensive style of football. Do you know what I mean? I think he'd be perfect for Arteta. I agree. York has good work rate, and I like his work rate, but he's not a dog. He actually isn't a dog like Julian Alvarez is. That's the worst part. He's actually not even a dog like Julian Alvarez is. But the two of them together, bro. The two of them together, bro. Even imagine you got York or Havertz up top with Julian Alvarez on the left. It's ugly, bro. It'll be so ugly, but it'll be so difficult to play against. Or imagine you're defending Gyökeres for 75 minutes, then Julian Alvarez comes off the bench, bro. Julian Alvarez comes off the bench. Now you got to defend Julian Alvarez, Solis, and Madueke for 20 minutes. Bro, horrible. I know we don't rate Madueke. I know he's not good, but defending them 3 will be horrible, bro. It'll be bedlam. Give me 3 players you think are a better fit for Arteta and for Arsenal than than um, than Julian Alvarez. I want 3. What I am interested in is if he's looking at Julian Alvarez as a winger or a 9, because right now the way Solis is playing, Solis looks undroppable, blood. I can't lie. Solis looks undroppable. Like I don't want to drop him for no one. I don't even want to drop Endrick. Endrick's not a dog like that. Not like Julian Alvarez. No way. We're being silly. Haaland obviously isn't going to. Haaland's not even a dog, but Haaland's got quite low work rate. Haaland don't do a lot of defending and pressing and stuff like that. But also, we can't get Haaland, can we? So I'm not counting that. I'll count Endrick, but I'm not. I think I froze. I said I'll count Endrick, but I'm not counting Haaland. We can't get Haaland, so it's pointless. Haaland isn't a dog. He's strong, and if you cross in the ball, he's strong in the air. But I'm talking about a dog, bro. I'm talking about a dog. Think João Pedro is a good shout. João Pedro is a good shout. You're saying Endrick's teched off, bro. You're not responding to what we're discussing. You're just picking players that are technically better than Alvarez in terms of strikers. I agree that these men are better than Alvarez as a nine. I agree. We're talking about who Arteta is going to like because they're a dog, bruv. Like if Diego Costa was playing football right now, I said that I agree. João Pedro, bro, you're not listening. Do you know what I'm saying? João Pedro is a better nine than Alvarez. Like I think João Pedro will score more goals. But right now, if you had a prime João Pedro that was going to score Arteta 25 goals, or you had a prime Diego Costa that was going to score Arteta 18 goals, I think Arteta signs Diego Costa and takes the 18 goals. Because I think he wants a team full of dogs, bro. He wants a team full of dogs. He wants a team full of animals, bro. He's taking the guy that's going to get him less goals, but be more of a bastard. That's the way this manager is. That's the way this manager is. João Pedro, Nick, I think you man need a Brer who can combine like Arteta likes Havertz. Endrick is on a different level, but the same profile to Havertz, bar the aerial ability. Bar the aerial ability, how's he the same profile to Havertz? Havertz's aerial ability is overrated. I agree. It's not like he's a bagsman up top. It's just he gets big. Havertz scores big goals. He don't score lots of goals. If we had Julian Alvarez on the pitch in a Champions League final, and I had to bring on for the last 20 minutes Gyökeres or Havertz, I feel more comfortable bringing on Havertz. I wouldn't feel more comfortable starting him, but I feel more comfortable bringing him on because he don't score lots of goals, but Havertz scores big goals. Did it for you lot. He's done it for us in the past. But I don't think Endrick is the same profile as Havertz at all. Arsenal kicking off for the second half. Apparently, Berta has gone to Spain to try to negotiate with Endrick's a shooter as well, who will smack one. Bro, you're talking about something different to what I'm talking about, G. You're not understanding what I'm saying. Endrick will score more goals. I'm not disputing that. But Arteta's a madman, and he's not picking strikers based on who scores more goals. He's not. Aguero was like Alvarez. Yeah, I think Aguero and Alvarez are quite similar. I think if you put Jesus and Aguero together, that's where you get Alvarez. Because Alvarez can play out wide as well. Let's see what Coventry are going to try and do a little bit differently here. They're pressing a little bit more, not too much more. Yeah, but even variety of finishes, you're not addressing what I've discussed with you. I'm telling you, Arteta wants a number 9 that is a dog. You telling me about the variety of Endrick's goal scoring abilities, not what we're discussing. What number 9 is out there who's as much of a dog who will foul and bite and slide tackle and just fist up man as much as Julian Alvarez? That's what he wants. Mikel Arteta would take a prime Diego Costa right now, even if you don't score goals. He just wants man that are dogs. Good feet from the Coventry attacker. I think that's a foul on Havertz. Ref hasn't given it. I agree. Havertz isn't a dog. I agree. That's the problem there. That's why he's not. That's why he's battling for his position against Gyökeres. Gyökeres is a bit of a dog as well, but he's just not technical enough. Good ball from Rice out wide to Calafiori. Coventry already trying to just not let Solis have any time on the ball. It's a great pass from Declan Rice, just breaking that line. Erdegaard to Saka. Ben White should be a third goal here. Oh, it's in! It's in! And the Coventry keeper is absolutely fuming. It's a great goal from Erdegaard. The keeper could have done a little bit better. The keeper probably should have done a little bit better. He just dove the wrong way and he managed to jump back the other way and get a hand on it. But once, I do feel a little bit bad for that Coventry goalkeeper, but once Saka does the overlapping pass to Ben White, and Ben White is so good, this stuff like this is why I don't want to get rid of Ben White, by the way. But, and again, people say Rice can't forward pass. Look at that. Little reverse pass. Erdegaard, ball through to Saka. Ben White, and then Erdegaard there. Erdegaard kind of mishits it as well. I think that's why the keeper's annoyed. Erdegaard's actually mishit that. If he hits it clean, I think that the keeper saves it because the keeper reads it, but he kind of mishits it and then it goes in. But yeah, we know Lampard's not a Premier League manager in it. We already know that, bro. See what I'm saying? Man want to talk about Jason Arday and DEI hires, bro. Man ignore how many white men out there in the world are DEI hires, blood, because Frank Lampard is a DEI hire himself, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's be real. Do you know what I'm saying? If he weren't English, there's no way that, do you know what I'm saying? He's there, bro. Keeper's not even that young, you know. Keeper's 25. So he does look young. Keeper's got a baby face, but he's 25 still. Do you know what I like about this game? There's some really important goal scorers that have got on the score sheet. Havertz, we thought, needed a big season and needed to kind of prove himself a little bit. Um, Erdegaard only got one goal all last year. He's on one goal already this year. Sky Sports just said he's on two goals. Obviously, that's counting the Community Shield, but realistically, in the Prem, he's on one goal this year. Again, I think that should be a foul. That is a foul. Saka, we know he needed a big year. An easy tapping goal, but the movement was there. You know what I mean? So it's for us as a club, as a team, it's important. It'd be great if Solis gets a goal. It'd be great if Bruno G gets a goal. But they don't need goals. The core players we need to get goals have gotten goals. And that's really important. Coventry were in the championship for the longest. Lampard deserved 1 year. Bro, he's gonna get his year in it. But to me, he's just a high level championship manager. Solis with a cross. It's with that cross in first time. Saka. Erdegaard moving the ball nice and quick. Saka, he find a cross. He does find a cross to the back post. A little bit flat. Man tried to do skills against Saka, blood. Less of that, blood. 3-0 to the champions, blood. 3-0 to the champions. And Ahmad's going to tell me they're not Prem ready, but a whole city Prem ready, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you man are supposed to be challenging us for the title, apparently, according to your fans. Erdegaard, great tackle. Havertz, Lewis Skelly. It's a good strike. I thought it was going over. The keeper's made a good save. It's just the speed that Arsenal are playing football with in that final third. A lot of it is confidence. The ball goes to Havertz. That's a great, intelligent little tap. Lewis Skelly with a decent strike, not the most cultured finish. He's not going top corner. He just kind of hits it. He really hits it with his ankle. He doesn't really wrap his foot around it. He just kind of takes it instinctively. Keeper has to tip it over. Declan Rice corner. And once we hit 70 minutes, yeah, I'd like to see a couple of these men come off, blood. Do you know what I mean? This is where we need to see Zubimendi and Marino and these kind of men. Cross goes to the back post. Coventry's ball movement really is not good. There's so many times they clear it and it goes out for a throw on. Solis, already I know his body movement. When he dips his head down and starts charging like fucking Martin, he runs like Martinelli, I'm not going to lie. But actually looks up when he plays the pass. Ball out wide to Saka. Probably going to look for another cross. He's 1-on-1 with the fullback. Plays it to the edge of the box. Erdegaard. A lot of your fans that I know, like I'm not talking about Twitter, I'm talking about double figures of Man United fans I know in real life, have told me that they should be competing for the title, challenging for the title this year. And that City's not good, and Liverpool's not good, and Chelsea's not good, and Tottenham's not good. And so it's Arsenal's league to win or to lose, but ultimately Man United. This is Man United fans that have said this. AT or anyone else in the chat, you can back me up if you heard this from United fans that you know. And that Man United should be challenging for the title. And if too many of your fans have that thought process, then Michael Carrick could potentially end up getting sacked because the ambition's too high. If you guys say, you know what, a season of top four, build some consistency, etc., then I think you can challenge next year. But I don't think you can challenge this year. I don't care. 3-0 for any team in the Prem in the first game is a great start. I agree. Samson, were you saying that United's challenging for the title this year? Facts, but it's justified. United look good. All right, that's fine. That's fine then. But I'm just saying, don't want to sack your manager if it looks like he's going to come fourth, or if it looks like you're going to go through like a bad spell. Do you know what I'm saying? But United second or third, no challenge is expected. United fans are for Fugazi. They had bare minimum for Amarin. Yeah, they had bare time for Amarin. Yeah, bro. They were lots, bro. You see Amarin laughing at United, bro. He's like, it's boring about me, innit? Bro, this guy's the Eminem of fucking... He's the Eminem of football managers, blood. Saka with a tackle. Coventry with a corner. So I'm saying 3-0 up. I want to start seeing the Sakas and the Rices and these kind of men come off. I'm not going to lie. These are the games where I want to see Noni. I want to see Wanyeri. These kind of men. You can say that, but they beat you in it. So, do you know what I'm saying? Corner comes in from Coventry. You get it away just about. Good pace from Saka. Havertz coming forwards. Can you find a pass for Solis? Maybe use Erdegaard instead. He does use Erdegaard. Erdegaard finds Solis. He does find Solis. It's slightly overhit. That is annoying. Why isn't Erdegaard shooting? My brother, he had two players right in front of him, bro. Shooting where, bro? You think he's Lee Harvey Oswald, blood? There was no angle to shoot there. There was no angle to shoot there. The pass was the right decision. You couldn't shoot from there. The problem is Havertz. Havertz should have played it to Solis earlier. By the time he played it to Erdegaard, then to Solis, Solis was offside. And Solis deserves a goal in this game. For the way that he's played, he's probably been man of the match for me. He deserves a goal. He was always looking to pass. Yeah, because there's two niggas standing in front of him, my G. There's two men standing in front of him. Erdegaard has scored a goal this game and has taken a shot multiple times. So it's not like he's not shot today. He's shot today. Erdegaard's on shooting today. We can see that. Do you know what I'm saying? But in that situation, the pass was the more sensible option. The pass was the right option. Solis had just gone offside. Coventry coming forwards. They're going to look for a shot. Sims just lets that ball get away from him very slightly. Lewis Skelly going to try and show his strength. And that's what he does really, really well. I think their plan was set pieces. They scored the most set piece goals last season. I think they were looking for long diags and corners, but I just think they can't get through that midfield. The midfield's just too stubborn. Bro, my camera's got me fucked. I think Arsenal's midfield's been really good this game. Really, really good. Really good, really tidy. Again, just moving that ball around the 18-yard box. Great 1-2 to Ben White. Ben White, can you find a pass? Finds a cross. Not the best cross. Ben White's been very good today as well. Really good. That's what I said. Once we hit 60, 65, I want to start seeing some of these men come off. Erdegaard coming forwards again. Can you find Solis? He does find him. Lovely ball. Calafiori. Oh, the ball popped up for Erdegaard and Solis said, fuck that. I'm taking a shot, blood. I don't mind that, bro. He looks like he wants a goal, bro. Every time Solis gets the ball, he looks up and it's just straight forwards. It's another corner. After this corner, I want to see some subs. After this corner, I want to see some subs, honestly. We take it short to Solis again. Lovely little turn from Lewis Skelly. Should have released it quicker to Saka. Now they're coming on the counter-attack. Great defensive legs from Arsenal. And Coventry's going to make a substitution. Now that Saka didn't die, the ball should have come quicker, bro. The ball should have been at his feet quicker. Skelly took too long to take that shot. By the time Saka got there, but when Saka got to the ball, the defender was already on it. What's he gonna do? Shoot through the guy? What is he? The Baltimore Police Department, blood? I don't know what you man expect. Yeah, but if the ball comes to Saka earlier, he just shoots first time. You don't need to take a touch. That's the problem. He shouldn't have even taken the touch there. He just got to slap that first time. It's between Erdegaard and Solis for me for player of the match so far. All the attacks have come through Solis, but Erdegaard's just kept the game so tidy. Solis again. It's good defender from Mosquera because Sims took a heavy touch and Mosquera kind of thought about Mosquera sort of thought about engaging and then realized that maybe he shouldn't engage, which was the right decision. Spurs are going to be really interesting. I mean, wholesale changes. De Zerbi is manager. They've definitely backed the manager, but it's a lot of moving parts. Everything's new. Everything's new. If De Zerbi can make it work, on paper they've got a good team, but we've seen good teams on paper just not perform. My only question mark around the Spurs transfer window, and this is going to sound a bit stupid, but just bear with me. Solid's coming forwards again. He's right out on the touchline. Lovely little ball into Havertz. It goes for a corner. See, they're not getting tight. When Saka's out on the touchline, someone is sitting on him. When Solid is out on the touchline, they're not sitting on him. They don't know about him yet. They don't know about him yet. It's a lovely little ball through to Havertz. Really, really gorgeous football. But with like Marmoush and them man that are going there from City, my only concern is they've been at City, they've won trophies, albeit not played a huge part in it. What's their motivation when they leave City to go to Spurs? It's the same thing that some people were concerned about with regards to John Stones coming to Arsenal. Some people said, bro, why would John Stones come to Arsenal? What interest does he have to come to Arsenal? Declan Rice with a corner. Solis with the strike. It's a good save. It's a decent save. They've got it away. And again, Solis just looks like he wants a goal. Solis clearly looks like he wants a goal. Rice tries to cross it. Is that going to go for another corner? Obviously, they want play-in time. You men ain't understanding what I'm saying. Obviously, they want play-in time. But are they going somewhere? Mentally, yeah, you're going to get playing time, obviously. But mentally, see, like Bruno G. Bruno G leaving Newcastle to go to Arsenal is a step up. Mentally, he's thinking, rah, I've got to take a step up. Are these men thinking, actually, going from City to Spurs is a bit of a step down? And psychologically, they're going there to play for game time, but are they really going there to compete for trophies? Or are they going there to collect comfortable wages? Do you know what I'm saying? What's the level of expectation? Misplaced pass from Declan Rice. Good tackle from Mosquera. Coventry still come on the second wave of the attack. Arsenal get the ball clear. Coventry still goes for a strike. They go straight through. Fair enough. If you man think that they're going to restart their careers in that, then fair enough. That's just what my concern would be. That's what my concern would be. They're saying that they think this shot's come off Mosquera. I think it might have, just a little bit. Now we're getting the changes. Saka and Rice off, exactly what I wanted. Madueke, Zubamendi coming on. Not mad at it. I would like to see one of the youngsters get game time. For me, if we are going to keep Dauman and Wanyeri, in my opinion, every time we're winning a game and cruising in this type of fashion, we need to be seeing one of them come off the bench. Good ball over the top for Madueke. Coventry just get it clear. Nick, I just checked. It was the data department that found solids. Oh, it was not the data department. It was our scout we got from Napoli who found them Cavra. Ah, yes. I did read that actually. Because that's how I'd like a lot of our transfer windows to look now going forwards. Do you know what I mean? That we get a couple man that are like certified, your Vinnies and Bruno G's and top players, and then we go and grab, one or two lesser known players. Do you know what I mean? That's what I want the windows to be looking like. Zubamendi coming forwards. Miles. Gabriel's pushed up. And the Coventry player's gone down really soft. He needed that foul because Gabriel was holding him up and Solis or Zubamendi was about to press him. Two more changes. Taiwo Awani coming on. Scored against us before late on in a game for Nottingham Forest. Nick, will you be going to some Arsenal home games this season? I might do. Depends if I can get tickets or not. Otherwise, I'll just stream them probably. Erdegaard wide to Madueke. And again, Madueke just puts a cross to nobody. I can't even tell you what it is that he was trying to do. And now he's telling he can't be doing that to Solis like telling Solis that he should have run. Solis has been the best player on the pitch. You just came on. You've just crossed the ball from nowhere and trying to tell man what's what. Yeah, I saw Musiala faint. Apparently, it's about his medication. He's on some particular medication. I saw Bayern Munich put out a statement about that. Yeah, it's mad. He's been very, very unlucky. Great pass from David Raya. Arsenal moving the ball really, really well. Zubamendi getting involved. Obviously, different type of midfielder to Declan Rice. Not as dynamic. Doesn't get about the pitch as much. Skelly, lovely turn. Zubimendi out to Madueke. Can you make the right decision? Erdegaard goes for the shot. It's blocked. See, man telling me Erdegaard's not shooting, bro. Erdegaard's shooting bare in this game. Bare. Good battle from Mosquera. Can you find Zolis? He does. Lovely. Lewis Skelly into Calafiori. Keeper comes out and gathers. It was the same pass that he played to Calafiori against Man City. And I was going to say, like, this game is so much about partnerships. Do you know what I mean? It's so much about partnerships. And they've got Lewis Skelly and Calafiori to have this great partnership at the moment. Don't know why my camera keeps freezing. Don't forget to like the video as well. We're live tomorrow twice. Hull City versus Manchester United tomorrow morning. Well, afternoon. Early afternoon. I'd like to see Diamond or Wanyeri come on. I think Solid has put in a really solid 75 minutes. I think he's shown what he needed to show. Erdegaard the same. I think either one of them could come off or both. Might leave Erdegaard on just for some sort of consistency, I guess. Or even Havertz for Gyökeres. Do you know what I mean? We want Gyökeres fresh. Minter joining Liverpool for 70 mil. Bro, that's a bit... Minter's another one, bro. He's I sign him on FIFA all the time. He's rapid, but that end product is... Yeah. Liverpool letting Gakpo go is a bit... I was really surprised by that. Really surprised. Going to be live from 2 a.m. for Tio's fight. Going to go live from 2 a.m. I want to get a decent amount of the undercard. Not all of it, but a decent amount of it. Mikel Merino and Eze coming on. Okay. Yeah, replacing Gakpo with Minter's a bit crazy. Here's Solis coming off. For me, probably best player on the pitch today. Between him and Martin Odegaard. And Martin Odegaard's coming off as well. I think Gyökeres deserves some minutes here. Oh, yeah. So are they getting Minter instead of Barcola? I thought Barcola was pretty much done. What happened to that? Mikel Merino and Zubimendi together. Again, another great partnership. Played so much football together. Lovely little touch from Marino. Not the best ball in from Zubamendi. Great feet from Madueke twice. Really great feet. Marino went for the shot. I'm never mad when I see Marino take a shot. Wasn't the best one there, but I'm never mad at it. Tottenham have got Gakpo. Tottenham have signed Gakpo as well, blood. Another attacker. So Spurs have signed Marmoush, Savinho, and Gakpo in one transfer window. Elite business. You think 85 million for someone that scored one goal last year is elite business? They're buying a lot of players, but I don't know that they're doing elite business. I'm going to switch cameras. 1 second. Can you man hear me? I just switched cameras. So I'm just doing a little audio check. Let me know if you can hear me. But what signing makes their transfer window elite? It's a great ball from Ben White. Ben White's been really impressive. All right, cool. Yeah, safe. Just checking. I don't know what was happening in my other camera. Ben White has been really impressive today. Savinho's not looked great. Marmoush looked good when he first came in and then didn't look great after that. Gakpo, Liverpool were happy to get rid of him. The fans don't think he's levels. They think he's good one in every 4 or 5 games. I think Spurs' window looks elite because they've bought in a lot of new talent. So it looks good because they were so shit before. Good cross in. Calafiori, can you just keep that ball alive? He does manage to keep it alive. I hear it. Like, Spurs are definitely showing ambition. For sure. Is this one's cleaner, isn't it? Is this one cleaner, yeah? I don't know why the other one is moving crazy. On comes in Capier for Calafiori. Cody is only good when he put that Dutch jersey on. The thing is with United and complaining about fees, they've been emotionally hurt, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? It's good football from Arsenal, to be fair. Gabriel with a shot. Cody Gakpo's a decent player, but he performs well once every 4 or 5 games. He's not consistent, bro. He's not consistently good. But I don't know. We'll see in it. It's a lot. It's a lot to do at Tottenham. It's a whole revamp, and you know, when Tottenham spend money, they have expectations. I think with the team they're building with De Zerbi, they could be challenging, or they could be top 4 in a couple of years. But it's a lot of changes, bro. You've got like a whole new squad. De Zerbi's pretty much got a whole new squad, bro. I don't even know what to think about the Dutch hiring Xavi as a new manager, bro. I'm not gonna lie. The crop of Netherlands players they got now are just in limbo, bro. There's a lot of older players. Then they've got talented players that have loads of injury problems. It's an awkward job to take. Eze, lovely, rise the challenge of 2 or 3 players and eventually has to get fouled. Really, really lovely. But I'm saying it's going to be difficult to build, to bed in so many players. The only thing that's going to help them is they have no other competitions. Obviously, they've got no Europe. So and they've got players come back from injury. So they're going to have like Kudasevsky, Kudus, Xavi Simons, Madison, Marmouche, Savinho, Gakpo, all of these men fighting for places. I'm going to be a bit crazy. Marino is just so tidy, barely makes any mistakes. But you can see obviously a little bit of a quality drop, but Madueke just running and running and running and looking for that fucking shot, and the shot never came. Awani against Mosquera, and he's going to try and run him probably, try and look to cut in. Look at the defensive unit of Arsenal, though. He had to go all the way back. I can't see them getting top 4, man. I just can't see it. But the Liverpool squad is so thin now. Liverpool don't have enough squad depth, bro. I don't know if they're looking to buy more players, but their squad is thin. Coming up to 85 minutes. Let me see Wanyeri, man. Let me see Wanyeri. Cross from Coventry. First shot on target, I think, for Coventry. Maybe not the first shot on target. I think it might be the first shot on target. Aston Villa sold all their players. Yeah. For good fees, though. And when man is saying Tottenham's done elite business, Tottenham bought Van Hecker for like 55, 60 mil. Something like that. I can't remember how much it was. Over 50. And he had 1 year left on his contract, blood. Oh, we used up all our subs. Okay, fair enough. Wait, where's Watkins gone? Watkins is gone as well. Watkins ain't gone anywhere yet. But they also sold Morgan Rogers. It's lovely football from Zubimendi. Really lovely football from Zubimendi. Oh, Madueke is pants, bro. Yeah, they brought in that black Japanese keeper. So who knows when Martinez could be on the move? Oh, Eze, why did you not try and get that ball, man? Watkins to Saudi. I don't think he'll like Saudi, bro. I don't see that. I don't think that's a good move. But I hear it though, big money in that. I do hear it, but well, Garnacho might be leaving Villa. What are you saying they bought him in? Yeah, I get it. They bought him in, but yeah. Nick, what has the Saudis lost money more in, football or boxing? Probably boxing. Maybe football because they've been doing it for longer, but with boxing, it's like I don't know. I don't even really know what it is that they're trying to achieve. Who let down the manager, bro? See this Emery guy, bro. This guy's he's not a project builder, blood. That's the problem. He's not a project builder. You know what I'm saying? Man, I want to play for this guy long term. Who's my dark horse for the league? It's a good question. Let me have a look at this afterwards. Coventry have a cross. It's a really high cross. Too high in the end. Goes straight through everyone. Saudi can't be the capital of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck wants to go there, bro? Don't make no sense. They're giving Erdegaard player of the match, which I think is fair. So Brighton's losing Minter, but you've got to back Brighton to be able to replace him because that's what they do. Chelsea's defense still looks kind of whack. Palace, Everton, Fulham. Could be a good year for Fulham, you know. People do love going to Dubai, though. Yeah, but they're two different countries, my bro. I've been to Dubai 4 times, but they're just two different. Great save. Good shot from Marino. Just lacked a little bit of pace on it. Really good placement, but keepers just dropped and made a great, great save. Yeah, going Dubai and going Saudi is two different things, bro. That's like comparing America to Canada. They're two very different countries. I've been to Dubai 4 times and I enjoy it. And Shane's been to Saudi once and said he'd never go back. He hated it, especially as a boxing tourist. Fulham might get relegated. Do you know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at teams that have been together as a project for a while. Fulham has got a relatively stable project. Is Harry Wilson gone or is he still there? They got a fairly relatively stable team. A lot of the other teams are in transition at the top of the table. A lot of the other teams are new to the league. And then other teams that are probably traditionally better teams than Fulham, like a Brighton or a Newcastle, are selling all their players. So Forest with Glasner, yeah, maybe. Again, Forest is another one. They've managed to hold on to all their players. No one's really gone for Morgan Gibbs-White, or I guess Tyler Aaron is at Coventry right now, but it's good to see Kai Havertz getting a full 90. Obviously, he's had his own fair share of injury problems. They lost Elliot Anderson, but they got 116 million blood. So that's actually a net plus, because this guy is not 116 million pound player. So that's perfect. I don't, with the amount of money they've been paid, I don't think they're even looking at that like a loss. I'll be honest. I still think City is going to be fairly dangerous. I think people are underestimating City a little bit. City have still got a lot of dangerous players. Their front three of Semenyo was shit in the final, but Semenyo, Doku, and Haaland still probably the best front three, or one of the best front threes in the league. The midfield is stacked with talent, although of course they need reinforcements. If they can get things to click, it could be a problem. Eze finds the ball. Arsenal just sort of coasted in this second half. And I know that they've made a lot of subs and a lot of changes, but the problem is when they come on and coast, it's like some of these players feel like, well, it's 3-0, we've won the game. But you know, if you're an Eze, if you're a Marino, if you're a Zubamendi, you got to understand you're playing for a starting place. You're trying to prove to Arteta that you deserve a starting place in this team. That's the problem. Man can't just sit there and coast. Do you know what I mean? Because Erdegaard and Solis and these man, they proved their point. Do you know what I mean? Where's the next destination for Pep? I don't know. Apparently international. You know, Pep likes a rivalry. I don't know if he's going to look at a rival like a Klopp and be like, cool, let's challenge each other on the international stage. That was a shit free kick from Eze, blood. Blow the whistle, ref. Is that the whistle? That's it. Full time. 3-0 Arsenal. Comfortable win. Like I said, really coasted in that last 30, 40 minutes of the game. But in pretty much the first half, done what needed to get done. Do you know what I'm saying? Man can say that, you know, it was Coventry and they're not ready for the Prem, but we'll see, because Coventry will take a lot of points off a lot of teams this year. Do you know what I'm saying? Really solid performance. And the things that I like I said before, the players that got the goals were players that we needed to get the goals. Erdegaard got 1 goal last year. Wasn't good enough. Saka was injured, but when he wasn't injured, performance wasn't good enough. Today was better. We can still see some of the problems, but it was better. Erdegaard gets a goal. Havertz trying to establish himself as a 9, battling it out with Gyökeres as the 9. Julian Alvarez could potentially be coming in. Does he play wide? Does he play as a 9? Havertz gets himself a goal. So lots of positives to take. One of the main positives for me is Christoph Solis with an assist again, and he created the first goal, though he won't get an assist for it, but it was all his work. Really, really solid, really creative, really solid in tight spaces, just an intelligent player. Everyone was saying in the chat, he just does the basics so well. And then, yeah, Ahmad said it in the chat just now, Lewis Skelly in the midfield, winning those duels. First 5-10 minutes, switched off a few times. Few times the ball's come to him, it's just rolled under his foot. He's not looking in the right direction. A few shaky moments. Once he gets into the game, takes the game by the scruff of the neck, he's winning duels. He's rolling his man. He's playing the ball through to Calafiori. He's getting involved in defense. He's getting involved in attack. He's everywhere. I think Skelly and Rice together is Skelly, Rice, and Erdegaard. Skelly's still quite young, but Skelly, Rice, Erdegaard is such a well-balanced midfield. You've got Marino to add to that at times, Zubamendi at times, Bruno G at times, Eze at times. You've got enough in that midfield piece, which is really, really great. Defensive, I thought Mosquera was really solid. I think one kind of hairy moment, but other than that, very, very solid. again, had to grow into the game. You could see, if you didn't watch Arsenal regularly, you could see this guy is the guy that isn't part of this starting 11. You could see that straight away. But we've got Konsa that can come in and he'll hit the ground running just like that. So that's no problem. Solis, to me, looks like someone that's played for this team for 3 or 4 years. He don't look like someone that's new to the team. Like Samson said, technically, fundamental, decisions good. And for me, something that I go by, as someone that used to play football, I go by, do other players trust you? These are all professional players. They all play every day. And you can see when professional players don't trust a certain player. Immediately, Arsenal like Solis. They're using him more than Saka. They trust him that he's going to create something. And if he just keeps doing that all season, he'll be a great player for the season. But yeah, that's it. Didn't have much else to really worry about. Solid performance, 3-0, can't complain. We've laid down a marker. They didn't really lay a glove on us, which is to be expected. And sometimes with Arsenal, they don't do what's to be expected, or under the pressure of this is the expectation. They're flat track bullies a lot of the time, Arsenal. Do you know what I mean? And when you go, actually, you're the favourite. You're the favourite. We expect you to go and do this. They struggle to do it. They've gone out and done it. Do you know what I mean? Just looking at the fixtures, we're going to be live tomorrow for Hull versus United. Brentford versus Tottenham is in the evening. Probably won't go live for that. But we'll talk about the football again. We're going to go live 2 a.m. tomorrow for, or Sunday morning for Rowley versus Tio, which is going to be a fascinating fight. And then Monday night, we're going to go live. Actually, Shane's not back from Barbados till Wednesday, so we're not going to go live. But there's Fulham-Chelsea as well. So maybe on Monday night, I might go live for Fulham versus Chelsea because we're not doing the normal Monday show that we would be doing. I think Ødegaard with Solis will look a lot better. I said that because I think Ødegaard, not just with Solis, but Ødegaard having outlets on both sides. Before, there's not really much of an outlet on the left. Your only outlet is Saka. Now you're just taking so much of that pressure off Saka. In the first 35, 40 minutes, they weren't doubling up on Solis. They were all doubling up on Saka. Solis had so much space. Then they start to double up on Solis. Then Saka's got space. Havertz has got space. So with a really balanced team where it's just as dangerous on both sides, you're going to have a bit of a problem. Do you know what I mean? Really, really happy with what I saw. Nothing to really complain about at all. And that's it, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Man United, they believe that they should be challenging us for the league this year. So over to you, man, tomorrow, blood. See you, man, in the morning. But yeah, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We're live twice tomorrow. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you like all that good stuff. And I'll see you, man, tomorrow, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? And Man United just better be slapping Hull with a 3-0, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Let's see it. Peace and love, man. And appreciate you, man, being here on your Friday night. Do you know what I'm saying? And the time to crack open the beers and chat to some birds and do what you, man, do, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? Peace.